Nearly 8 years after Hurricane Michael, one Panama City neighborhood is finally seeing a major sign of recovery. City leaders broke ground on the long-awaited renovation of Moody Harris Park, bringing new life to a space many families have missed. Construction is officially underway on the first phase of the improvements at Moody Harris Park in Millville. The project will include playgrounds for 2 age groups, a basketball court, walking trail, picnic pavilion, and grills. City leaders say the design was shaped by community feedback after residents spent years helping clean up the park following Hurricane Michael.
There'll be playgrounds for children aged 2 to 5 and 5 to 12, a walking trail, as well as the basketball court. And this park is what these neighbors and those who travel over here from different parts of the city are looking forward to getting back online.
The first phase is being funded through a Florida Department of Environmental Protection grant with matching city funds. Future plans for the park include a new clubhouse and replacing the historic boardwalk. Officials expect the first phase to be completed within 9 to 12 months.